Hello again, and happy belated New Year! It's time for another episode of Geek Talk MD.
Yay!
I'm Moses.
And I'm Dave.
And today's topic is...
It is people that we lost last year. And I don't mean like in a park and wandering off.
No, they died.
They died.
They
Goodbye.
died, and now they did.
Yeah. And to help us...
Yeah, we're only talking about 2015 here, not 2016.
Correct.
So we're going to leave out Bowie and Rickman until next year.
Till next year.
But, yeah, as Dave was about to say before I rudely interrupted him, and
usual.
didn't that feel good?
We have guests.
Oh, yes. Who are our guests? We've got Ross.
We've got Ross.
Welcome back, Ross.
Great to be back.
Thanks for coming.
And who else have we got?
Well, we've got somebody, a very important guest that we've invited.
Did we
It's
have to pay
Mr.
him?
Death.
I am death.
Mr. Death, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, wow. I mean, did we have to pay him?
Well, hopefully not in coin.
Okay. Yeah, he gets them in pairs.
Well, Mr. Death, thank you for joining us. But, you know, you're here for a purpose, and I hope you can take it. We've got a bone to pick with you, because we lost some people last year that we really liked, and we want to take it up, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So
that's just... look, I really don't want to argue with Death Dave, but yeah,
well, you know,
you're not wrong, but at the same time,
Well,
bearing no disrespect, Mr. Death, sir.
well, I don't no. I think he's wrong. I don't think it was time for Mr. Nimoy, for example, Leonard Nimoy.
Spock.
I'm sorry. I just don't think it was time.
Yeah. I mean, Spock.
Ross, I mean, you got to back me up on this.
Yeah, it was way too soon for Nimoy. He still had a lot of Star Trekking to do.
I think so.
Yeah, but his face was getting a bit craggy.
Yeah, well, they're getting older.
I mean, man, in the last Star Trek movie when they showed him, good God, those nostrils just scared the crap out of me.
Well, what do you want? He was like, what, 170 or something?
No, I think Ross? How old was he?
No, I mean the character, but yeah.
Yeah, well, no, yeah. Vulcans are supposed to live a lot longer, but Nimoy was in his, 70s, 80s?
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
But, I mean, wow, what a giant in the entertainment industry. A writer, an actor, a producer, director, a professional photographer, and even a recording artist, although some people...
He was a rapper?
No, he sang one or two songs.
He tried to sing, yes.
He was a better singer than Shatner, but Shatner seemed to get a lot more notoriety for it.
Yeah, he usually did.
And he had a long, distinguished career.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not just on TV and in movies, but also on Broadway.
Sure.
But I mean, I've seen some bits of him playing the lead in Fiddler on the Roof, which was quite impressive. I also remember him being on Twilight Zone, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Mission Impossible.
And we can't forget those early performances in Zombies of the Stratosphere and...
We can't forget? We shouldn't forget, or should we forget?
and wasn't he in the remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, wow. But, I don't know, I mean, what was... Ross, for you, what was his definitive moment? I mean, not just the fact that he played Spock, but was there one scene in some performance somewhere that really, that's the one, when you think of Nimoy, that's what grabs you?
Probably from Star Trek when he's doing the Vulcan mind probe with the Horta.
Oh, yes.
Pain.
I like the brain episode where he lost his brain.
Oh, come on. Really?
Just
Spock's
because
brain?
you don't.
Spock's brain?
I just because you don't.
I mean, my God, I remember there was one convention we went to where I just went on this tirade. I mean, you had Spock's brain, you had Worf's spine, you had Riker's sexuality. I mean, come on!
No, I mean there was quite a few scenes I liked that he doing. I mean, when they were on planet in different costumes and so forth, I often like that kind of stuff too. Like when he was a gangster,
yeah,
and in the army.
My favorite though was when he's the evil Spock.
Oh,
He's got
yes.
the goatee.
Yes.
That goatee. I mean, that he looked amazing with that.
Yeah, it's true. That was a good episode too.
But my favorite Spock scene has to be the one, I think it was it a mock time, or the one where he starts reciting the multiplication tables to try to keep his control? Was that? No, not a mock time. It was the naked... Oh, for
I
goodness
remember
sake.
which one that was.
I can't remember. Oh, well, so much for my memory. Moving on!
Who else has lost his mind?
Yeah, Moses' brain.
It's in a jar.
So who else have we lost?
I'll label it Abby Normal.
Abby. Oh, goodness me. But
Yeah.
we also, Star Trek related, we lost one of the people that was on the original series for one episode, Yvonne Craig, who's better known for playing Batgirl, but she was also the green...
Hubba.
Orion Slave Girl.
Orion Slave Girl, that was it. Thank you.
Hubba.
Yeah, and there's
Beth,
a great...
what are you thinking?
You do not understand.
Had such a crush on Batgirl.
Oh, yes.
They were actually planning to do a spin-off of Batgirl, but the show kind of faded by that point.
Yeah. The Batman series was really like a flashbang. It exploded onto the scene. It was incredibly successful, and by the third season, done. It was pretty much dead. But it was that really great story. I think, Ross, you were the one that told me this, about her Orion Slave Girl makeup, that green body thing.
Yes.
Do retell this story.
Yes.
Well, the original pilot for Star Trek, The Cage,
Ah, yes.
Yusuf had Orion Slave Girls in that one, and by the time the new episode came around, they'd forgotten how to do the makeup.
Uh-oh.
I mean, they forgot to
Yeah,
paint
they
their
couldn't
green.
figure out how to do the green makeup.
Okay.
And they had to try all sorts of different...
Oh, you mean like the material or
Yeah, what
Yeah.
kind of makeup they were using, what kind of mixture.
Okay.
Yeah. And what
Yeah.
happened?
film editing, the editors thought the film was wrong and kept recoloring her back to normal skin tone.
So bizarre.
And
It was really quite sticky.
Oh, great.
yeah, so there's a scene where she's supposed to be trying to seduce Captain Kirk. So she's running her fingers through Shatner's hair, and Shatner's hair wasn't real. and the makeup, the body paint started coming off on his toupee, and she's in a panic,
that's some
trying
clips.
to hide the fact that, by still continuing to run her fingers through his hair so that no one can see that it's coming off on his hair. And then finally the director yelled cut, and she went to walk away, and the toupee was stuck to her hands, and she basically just walked away with his hair.
Oh my god. Oh. I didn't realize his hair was that bad back then.
It was kind of like Connery in the early James Bond days. Not quite Patrick Stewart, who was apparently completely bald by the time he was 30.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen interviews where he admits he was completely bald by the time he was 30.
Yeah, but
That's
he
how
makes bald work. I mean,
Yeah, that's how he got into the Royal Shakespeare Company.
Oh, that's a great story. But we should save that for another time because Stewart's
that's
still
a different
alive.
story. Yeah. This is
Sorry.
stick on topic.
Off topic. Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to piss off
Sorry.
Mr. Death.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. So who
Don't
else?
want to give Dad any ideas here.
But Batgirl. I mean, that costume.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
She. Although right after that series, she kind of chunked out quite a bit.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. Speaking of hot girls, Donna Douglas passed away last year as well. Who is Donna Douglas, you may ask? If I gave you a chance to say so.
Who is Donald Douglas?
Do you remember the Beverly Hillbillies?
I do.
Yes.
She was Ellie Mae, the hot blonde in the Daisy Dukes,
Oh, yeah.
before there was such a thing as a Daisy Duke.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's Donna Duke.
Yeah, she also passed away. Although, to be perfectly honest, I don't really remember that much about the series anymore. How about you guys? Anybody?
It was pretty much the same shtick every episode, but I don't remember too much about it either.
Yeah, I mean, I only watched a few episodes from back in the day. I mean, I like the premise of it, where the hillbillies strike it rich with oil on their property.
Well, yeah, that's it. But yeah, I mean, if you watched enough episodes, you remember the song, which pretty much tells the whole story.
Yeah, well, yeah, and all the episodes, therefore.
Yeah, although I do distinctly remember one gag that showed her off, where remember how they had the outdoor, they had a swimming pool, but they called it what did they call it, a pond or the
something like that.
Something like that.
Or the concrete swimming hole or cement swimming hole or something like that. And she's trying to impress this guy, and she wants to get like a high fashion swimsuit, so that when he comes over for swimming with her, he'll see how hot she looks. And Granny doesn't let her wear the bikini, and makes her wear one of those old style swimsuits that they wore back in the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, she made it from the wrong material. So when Ellie Mae gets out of the water, the swimsuit starts to shrink to the point where it leaves nothing to the imagination. It's basically painted on.
Really?
Yeah.
From back then too. That's
yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
But anyway,
so we'll have to find something about that
on YouTube.
Yeah.
So did we lose anybody else? Anybody?
Well, you were talking about hotties, so we should keep along that theme, because that's a good theme.
Okay, Anita Ekberg then.
That's right.
Ooh.
Oh yes, hubba hubba.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes,
Good.
the actually kind of along the same, the cement swimming hole, the famous scene from La Dolce Vita where she's dancing around in the fountain.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, hot.
Yeah.
But she really, I don't recall her really having that much in the way of acting ability, though. She was just like really hot and big boobs, and that was about it.
Well, that they definitely played their role back in the day to, entice the man.
Yeah.
But I mean, some hotties for sure. But we lost a couple of others that we should mention.
Well, in the political.
Go ahead.
Yep. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, in the political arena, not that
I don't think we're going to miss him though. I mean,
Mario Cuomo. Yeah, I know. It doesn't really affect us. But I remember playing, campaign commercials for him running again for governor of New York. Mario Cuomo. Those stick out in my memory.
Mario, we lost. Who else? Roger Taylor. Sorry.
Oh,
Taylor, yes.
Yeah, he was in quite a few big movies.
Yeah.
There was.
Oh yeah.
Bird.
Oh yeah. Oh, the classic Hitchcock film, The Birds, that was directed by. Sorry, I already said that, didn't I? That starred what was her name?
Tippi Hedren.
Tippi Hedren. Yeah. So he was most people really don't remember him because Tippi Hedren was the main thing there. He was also sorry.
101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, he was the voice of the husband in 101 Dalmatians.
Mm-hmm. The classic Time Machine.
Oh yeah,
sure.
The Time Machine.
Yeah.
And what? That other one that came out roughly around the same time as Robin Hood. What was it? Ivanhoe.
Oh yes.
He was in that?
Yeah, it was
Who's
Rod
he?
Taylor.
Yeah.
He played Wilfred of Ivanhoe opposite Elizabeth Taylor,
Ah.
who played
There you go.
a Jewish witch. And
Yeah.
I just never quite understood that. But
Yeah.
A little bit of trivia on him. Apparently, he was originally being considered for Planet of the Apes.
Oh, instead of Heston?
Instead of Heston, and they decided to keep Heston a bit more famous, big name.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think there was also a bit of a hoo-ha because he was one of the actors that named names.
Oh, really?
Yeah, during the House Un-America committees with Senator McCarthy. And have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
And was he?
No, he's one of the ones
Okay.
that actually, pointed out other people.
Really?
Yeah, in order
Oh,
to save his
man.
career. Like, people that refused to say anything ended up basically losing their careers.
Yeah.
Like Dalton Trumbo and So many others.
So he's a stoolie.
Yeah, he was Snitch. At least that's the story I recall. Of yours, Ross, one of the masters of horror.
Master of Horror, Wes Craven.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Classic.
The man
Scream.
And Scream, that's right. He created both those. He also directed a really schlocky, one of the earliest comic book movies. A really schlocky.
You just making that up now?
No.
Yeah.
Not a real word, is it?
One of the earliest comic book movies. A big deal in the 80s, as I recall, because it was on pay TV all the time.
Pay TV.
You remember pay TV?
Well, all TV. You have to pay for.
I back. What was it was called First Choice. The
Oh my God!
pay channel. Yeah.
First Choice.
And the movie that got so much airtime on First Choice was a Wes Craven film that starred Adrienne Barbeau called Swamp Thing.
Sequel Return of the Swamp Thing.
I don't so much remember.
And who was in both films?
Who?
That has also left us.
Who?
Louis Jourdan.
Oh,
He played Arcane, the villain.
Mm-hmm.
He was also the villain in A View to a Kill, the James Bond film. Sorry, not A View to a Kill, Octopussy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Octopussy. He was also in okay, my brain stopped.
Dracula.
Oh, Red Dracula.
Dracula.
Oh my God!
Dracula.
Yeah. I mean, I remember reading somewhere that it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember reading somewhere that it's actually the most faithful live-action version of Dracula to the books or to the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Although I don't know, I find that a bit hard to believe because Jourdan really couldn't mask his French accent. So, I mean, some people make fun of Bela Lugosi's, Hungarian accent, good evening, I am Count Dracula. But Louis Jourdan was very French. And I am Count Dracula.
Oh.
It was still a really well done British adaptation.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know
Back
about
to Wes Craven, though. I mean, wow. I remember years ago seeing Nightmare on Elm Street and just being blown away by it.
Really?
And
Probably the first one I saw of his was The Hills Have Eyes.
Oh.
Very
I don't know if I
early.
saw that one.
Yeah, he did the original Hills Have Eyes.
What was that? What's that about?
It's about a family in the
About an hour and
desert.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
Basically, driving through the desert, their car breaks down right by the cannibal family.
Mm-hmm. Finanies?
Who? Actually, a really small guy with a slightly deformed head.
Oh.
And so he was he was in American Horror Story Freak Show.
Mm-hmm.
So played one of the freaks on that series.
Okay. Well, that's why I thought
passed
maybe
away.
he was in one of the Wes Craven.
Not as far as I
Thanks.
know. Not as
No,
far as I
not
know.
that I'm aware of.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we lost him too.
We also lost a famous recording artist, although I don't, from way back, one of her songs is considered a real classic. I don't know if you guys remember the song It's My Party?
It's my party.
I'll cry if I want
yeah.
to, cry if I want
That's right.
to.
Her. Okay,
cry
stop.
if I want
Stop.
to.
Don't quit your day job, Ross.
It's my party and I cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you.
But yeah, the woman that sang that song, her name was Leslie Gore. She passed away in 2015.
Oh, shit.
But yeah,
That was a classic.
yeah, that was one of the songs my mom had on her favorite mixtape, and she would listen to that constantly.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Killer.
drove me nuts.
Okay. Well, another classic. Well, not singer, but there's Sam Simon.
Who's Sam Simon?
Sam Simon. He's the co-creator of The Simpsons.
Ah, okay.
That's a classic. It's been around forever.
It's still an ongoing class. I mean, wait a second. I think they've still got like 2 more years on their contract or something like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what does that take them? Like 30 years? 20 some odd years?
It's like the longest running North American animated series of all time.
Yeah.
Still hasn't beaten a Japanese one, but it's
Wait a second. What Japanese series is still running?
don't remember the name of it, but there's a long-term Japanese
Okay.
cartoon series. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
well,
it's a classic too, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's gotten to the point now where other animated series are even making the jokes. You know, The Simpsons already did it. Actually, there was one whole South Park episode where they did that,
Yeah.
where they made fun of it. You know, The Simpsons already did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
And you know, all the classic actors and actresses end up having versions of themselves on the show.
yeah.
And a lot of claims to predicting things that are happening in the news.
Oh yeah, they did an episode where Trump ran for president. They did.
Oh,
an
yeah.
Did an episode with Alan Rickman and David Bowie song saying in the background. I know that's not for what the year we're doing, but yeah.
No. I think there was even an episode that people claimed that they predicted 9/11.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That was the Lone Gunman pilot.
Mm.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay.
They talked about running planes into
Actually,
buildings.
I think
Getting off topic.
I think
but,
my favorite it's not South Park. Simpsons
South
story
Park.
has to do with when they were making the very first piece of animation. I can't remember if it was it was for the Tracy Ullman show.
yeah, the Tracy
when they were doing
Ullman
the
show.
story.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember if it was Sam Simon that was telling the story or if it was Grant, but they were saying that they'd sent off to South Korea to this animation company in South Korea to do all the animation, and they came back with they sent back some footage from the Itchy and Scratchy thing. That's the TV show that the kids love to
Used to watch, yeah.
And I mean, Itchy and Scratchy was ridiculously violent, you know, as it was. But apparently what they did there was that the mouse kills the cat, chops off his head, then cuts open his head and starts scooping out the cat's brain and eating it. And he says they're all sitting there in the projection room watching this, dead silence, no one's saying a word. The film strip ends, the lights come back up, and they're all still staring at this blank screen, dumbfounded. And then they're all running for the door to reach the phone to call South Korea and say, "We can't put this on."
Really? Because, you know, I remember some of those episodes that they had of Itchy and Scratchy I thought were, you know, pretty bad. I mean,
Yeah.
that sounds bad, but I mean, you know, it
They
doesn't sound
developed
unlike...
Initially, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some of them were pretty bad. I mean, you know, stuff with eyeballs and his tongue and...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I think originally, like, when they were just shorts on the Tracy Ullman show, like, the Tracy Ullman thing was supposed to be a family variety show, so they couldn't really get away with that at that point.
Oh, at that time, okay.
And it wasn't until they became their own series that they started really pushing the envelope.
Yeah. Interesting. So who else did we lose last year?
Well, we lost... Oh, well, speaking of things being very weird and twisted, another drummer, we lost the drummer from Twisted Sister.
Nice.
His name Piro, sorry, whoever you are. But, I mean, the song We're Not Gonna Take It and I Wanna Rock.
Yeah, classics.
Yeah, and that was just something else back then, but, I mean, aside from that, the band really didn't resonate with me all that much.
No, I mean, they had that brief appearance, and they had a bunch of songs that sort of came out, and I think the big thing with them was their videos, right?
Yeah.
Because their videos really spoke to the generation where you had that guy being the teacher or whatever he was, but, you know, he was the guy you loved to hate. And
He was the guy from, he was one of the villain, the original Animal House film.
okay. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, they had him. So, you know, the videos were really telling a little bit of a story, and then, you know, you had the song come into play, and, you know, that's what I think people really got attracted to the song and to the group. But then they just disappeared.
But on a different note, the wife of a famous musician, John Lennon's first wife, Cynthia, the mother of Julian,
Oh, right.
passed
Right.
away.
Yes.
Yeah, apparently, according to her autobiography, Lennon was really not a great guy to be married to.
Mm.
Although apparently she also claims that he had a massive, what's the word I should use?
Ego?
What?
Ego?
No. His
Eyeglass prescription?
No.
Shoe?
Member of Anatomy.
Yeah, we're getting close with Shu. But yeah,
Appetite?
Apparently he was blessed,
Oh, well, there you go.
and she was the first official recipient of those.
So they
blessings.
say. With the amount of fame that they had, I'd find that hard to believe. But
Well,
anyway,
I said official.
okay.
She was actually legally entitled to
Oh.
it, being his wife.
Yeah.
And then moving on, again, drummer
Mhm.
from Lynyrd Skynyrd, Bob Burns. So he was one of the members of the band that didn't die in the famed helicopter crash,
Oh.
or plane crash, sorry, along
Mhm.
with the rest of the band. But yeah, he did.
Oh.
Somebody.
Oh, we had Richard Dysart. He was on LA Law, and
Nope.
really,
Yeah.
don't care either too much. Wasn't a big fan.
Give me something I
But-
can care about.
What about Gary Owen?
Oh,
we really
yes!
What about
Space
Gary
Ghost!
Yeah.
Space Ghost!
Space Ghost.
Yeah!
Space Ghost. And
Who's that?
Roland and Martin's Laugh-In.
Dave,
Oh,
you
Laughing,
don't know,
okay.
you don't know what Space Ghost? It was this really amazing cartoon. It was a sci-fi superhero thing.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember.
And he was the voice of Space Ghost. I mean, every show would begin with his Space Ghost.
Oh, yeah. Because, I remember you used a clip from that in the previous episode.
Did I?
That's right. Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay.
And Eat the Cat.
Oh God, Eek the Cat. Oh my God. By Savage Steve Holland. Oh my God, Eek the Cat was one of the most I mean, you want to talk about over-the-top violence? The Simpsons had nothing on Eek the Cat.
Really? You
Oh,
think so?
I mean, there was
I don't know.
one,
Itchy and Scratchy are pretty bad.
there was one gag where the cat is on an escalator and his tail gets caught in the escalator, and he basically gets shredded at the end of the escalator.
Mm.
But I think the funniest gag I can remember, Eek the Cat, has to be this one episode where the cat walks into this diner, and then they show a panning view of the whole diner, and
Yeah.
in this one corner is this really fat, tall guy with a graying, receding hairline cowlick, big sunglasses, and a white rhinestone jumpsuit, just shoveling hamburgers into his mouth like crazy. And it's obviously supposed to be Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget, like, I was taking care of my
Starting to
ex-wife.
sound like Elvis.
Oh, thank you very much. But yeah, no, it was just funny as hell. Just seeing this like obese Elvis, just pounding down hamburgers like there's no tomorrow.
Huh.
And Eek the
Cool.
Cat's favorite exclamation was "Kumbaya!"
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but his big thing was laughing. I mean,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
it. Oh,
he
wow.
was the announcer on Laugh-In and appeared on screen as well.
Being an
Wasn't a
announcer?
good year for Laugh-In because we also had Judy Carn pass away. She was the Sock It To Me girl.
Oh wow, yeah, that's right.
goodness.
I kept mixing her up with Goldie Hawn.
Oh,
They-
really?
They were both pretty young at the time. They were
Yeah.
both teenagers when they started the show, so
Yeah,
When was Laughing?
it was in the 60s.
yeah.
It was the first real sketch comedy, rapid fire jokes. Didn't matter if they didn't work; they were on to the next one.
Yeah,
Uh,
even
political,
before
too.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, very political.
Yeah, they
As
got in a lot
well.
of trouble for that.
That's what eventually killed it off. But
Mm-hmm.
very fun show for its day.
Oh yeah, there was one episode where they would do these cameos, like they'd get like really big stars, not to be in the show like for the whole episode do on Saturday Night Live, but just for like these one-shot gags. Like in one episode that just out of nowhere, there's John Wayne, I kid you not, the Duke himself, standing there wearing this big fuzzy pink rabbit costume. Just
Mhm.
standing there in front of the camera saying, "I had to. They kidnapped my children." And that's it. That's all you. That's it.
Yeah.
And
Well-
a favorite was Sammy Davis Jr. He
Oh, yeah.
did a lot of them.
Oh,
Really?
and
Yeah.
Artie Johnson doing that Nazi soldier coming out of the bushes.
Very interesting.
That's right. That's right.
That's true. That's true.
Oh man, what a great show.
Okay.
Man, who was a writer on Laugh-In. She was also a writer on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
A bunch of stuff.
Wow.
Did a lot of Carol Burnett show. She created The Facts of Life.
Oh, she created it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
That was a spin-off of Different Strokes, wasn't it?
yeah. She
Oh
did
yeah, right. With the
Different Strokes as
the
well.
maid.
It was just one of the big women writer-producers.
Huh.
Yeah, she also worked on Bob Newhart.
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
Captain Proton.
The original Bob
Newhart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the original Bob Newhart show when he was a psychologist.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
right. Yeah, that was a great show.
I couldn't remember what he was, but yeah.
Yeah, but we also lost famous mathematician John Nash, who was the inspiration for the movie A Beautiful Mind that starred Russell
Now that's
Crowe.
a big shame.
Anne Meara, famous,
And Mira,
famous
yeah,
comedian.
Ben Stiller's mother. She was very funny, but also a great actress. She did the movie Fame.
And
Oh.
she played George's mom on Seinfeld, if you remember.
Oh right, that's true.
We've lost the movie composer James Horner, who did the soundtracks to Titanic and Braveheart.
Braveheart.
As well as
Although-
Star Trek 2 and Aliens.
Oh, he did
Oh.
Star Trek too. Ooh.
Yeah, he did Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan. He did Aliens.
Con.
He
And-
did Wolfen. He
Oh.
did a lot of genre. He started with cheap produce what's his name? Now you're talking about memory here. Early director, never spent anything on anything.
Corman.
Yeah, he started with Roger Corman.
Okay, that explains a lot. We also lost one of the great character actors, Dick Van Patten. His big claim to fame was the series 8 and 8 is Enough, where he played the father. But I'll always remember him as the abbot in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Hey,
That's
Abbott.
it. That's it.
He was also in Westworld.
That's right.
Oh,
He was in
really?
Westworld, where nothing can go wrong. That seems to be the patron movie of
Which
this
was-
podcast.
Which was remade as Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're coming out with a new Westworld TV series soon.
Yeah.
We also lost Patrick Macnee, one of the great British actors. He was the star of the, and for those of you who are about to get confused, I'm going to say the TV series, not the movie, the TV series, Avengers, where he
But not the
played,
superheroes.
Television series.
yeah, where he
But not
played
the superheroes.
Secret Agent John Steed. And-
Classic.
Yes.
He was also in. He was in A View to a Kill.
Yes, he was. He played Sir Tippett that gets killed by Grace Jones.
Then he did the follow-up show, The New Avengers, which was mainly shot here in Toronto, and he swore after that he should never have done that show. It
Yeah.
introduced us all to Joanne Lumley, but it really wasn't.
Lumley. But we lost a real giant in acting, Omar Sharif, the Egyptian
Yes.
actor,
Huge.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Dr. Zhivago, funny girl, funny lady. He actually, believe it or not, he was almost kicked out of his home country of Egypt for doing a love scene with Barbara Streisand because she was Jewish.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Really? Because this was during the time that Egypt and Israel were at war.
that. Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Oh.
but you may remember him, Dave, from the movie Top Secret.
Why would you say that?
He was.
I remember him from the other stuff too.
Okay.
But
fine,
yeah, Top
sorry.
Secret was good.
But but he was the secret agent that gets crushed inside the car, and then is going around for the rest of the movie inside this crushed car.
He's in this car. He's in this box.
It was just so funny. We also speaking of earlier on, we were speaking of Robin Hood Men in Tights. We also lost Roger Rees.
Who's he?
A great British actor. He was the sheriff of Rottingham in
Oh,
Robin
right.
Hood Men in Tights. He was also his big break in North America, though, was the series Cheers, where he played the millionaire Robin Colcourt.
Yes, very funny.
He also had a recurring role on the great TV series The West Wing, as the British ambassador to the United States, Lord John Marbury, where he's just insane. But anyway, moving on. Another great character actor, Alex Rocco,
Oh, yes.
made famous in The Godfather Part 2. He was.
Was he
Mo
in one
Green.
as well?
What?
Was he in 1 as well, or just 2?
Was he in 1? I don't think he would. Ross, do you recall?
Don't recall him being in 1.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he's in part 2.
Okay.
But he did play the gangster a lot in many of his films.
And he was also the sheriff in the great Peter O'Toole film, The Stuntman.
Oh, love that movie.
Oh, one of my all-time favorites, The Stuntman. Oh, man.
Okay, but you know that's a lot of actors and stuff. How about we lost some people in sports?
Yes, we did.
Yogi Berra.
Oh, my God. Well, now one of his most famous sayings has become relevant. It ain't over till it's over. Well, Yogi, it's over.
Yeah, really. Ross, do you remember any other sayings?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What do we have here?
I mean,
When
it
you come
ain't
to
over.
a fork in the road, take it.
Sorry, could you say that again?
When you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Okay.
Which fork? Just take it. Or one of my favorites. It's deja vu all over again.
Hmm.
I mean, my God, did this guy actually did he have any filters in his brain, or did it just come spewing out? Oh my God!
Didn't they do a book or something?
Oh, I think more than one. But yeah, he
Really?
just came out with tons of these
Yeah,
insane.
there's a couple of books at least on his sayings.
Yeah, another one. And this one. I mean, let's see how good your math is, Dave. You ready for this?
Got it.
Baseball is 90% mental, and the other half is physical.
Nice.
Oh my God, this guy was just horrendous.
Excellent.
Oh, we also lost a basketball great, not so much famous as infamous, as they would say in the Three Amigos, Daryl Dawkins.
NBA.
Yeah, he the slam dunk king. He would slam dunk with such massive force that he would shatter the backboards. There's whole compilation videos you can find on YouTube of this. It's just unbelievable to see him.
All right. Well, actually, wait. Before you're going into sports here, into legends, and I have to interrupt you because one just came to mind that Mr. Death can't get off on. Mr. the Big Roddy Piper.
Oh, the
sorry.
hot rod. Roderick.
I can't believe
Roderick Toombs, his real name.
To this point, I still can't get over it.
Yeah, I actually met him.
You met
Yeah.
Roddy Piper?
Oh yeah. When I was in junior high, or even before that, I think. A next door neighbor. Well, when I was a little kid, my dad used to watch professional wrestling with me on Saturday mornings. Maple Leaf Wrestling was
Yeah.
the big thing on Channel 11. But when I was in elementary school and junior high, there was this one neighbor that would take me with him when he went to Maple Leaf Gardens to watch the wrestling. And one night he had a match against a local villain named Leo Burke. And Burke was futzing around, taking off his robe, his jacket, I can't remember what. And so Piper gets, fed up, jumps out of the ring, and the seat beside me was empty, and he sat down beside me. And
Cool.
yeah, didn't say a word, but he was right there. I mean, literally right beside me, and I'm oh my God! But yeah.
he was really good. I mean, aside from the big acting in the wrestling field and whatnot, he did was that Alive?
They live.
They live.
Oh yes, live. I mean,
and that line, the classic, everybody uses it now.
oh yes.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Longest fight in film history.
That's right. That is right. My God, that was a brutal fight scene.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can say what you want about wrestling appearing fake, but that fight scene was so
Yeah.
Yeah,
You could believe they were really hitting each other.
Yeah.
all over a pair of glasses.
Well, let's be clear, sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, he was one of the classic wrestlers, though. I mean, whether he was being, a good guy or a bad guy as far as the scripting goes,
Right.
and he kept flipping, back and forth every once in a while.
Yeah.
When he used to do stuff on the side, or when he used to visit, hospitals or whatnot, you could really tell he was quite a legitimate type of guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was also a former Golden Gloves boxing champion of Canada, and was actually for real a world-renowned piper, as in playing the bagpipes.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Remember that.
Quite an individual. From what I understand, he started near his death. He was starting to try out a new career as a stand-up comic.
Oh, well. I hadn't heard that, but maybe that's for the best.
Talking about dying.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah.
he was talking. He was doing routines about pro wrestling.
No, okay.
But yeah, he wrestled with a lot of demons in his life. Drug addiction and
A lot of those wrestlers
child
did.
abuse, and he was even a victim of, like, from a Canadian standpoint. Just last year there was the big thing about the residential schools in.
Oh yes.
And he was actually also a victim of that whole situation.
Which is what? Because some of the listeners may not know.
Ross, I think maybe you could explain this better than I could.
Well, it's the Catholic Church basically forced a lot of the native children to become Catholic and have nothing to do with their
With your beliefs.
native religions. In some cases, outlawed it from being, used in their local communities. It's one of the major horrific elements of Canadian history that.
I mean, every country has their bits, and we're no
this
exception.
was something they were doing to children, and I mean,
Yeah.
they would enforce this religious dictatorship using child abuse, torture, starvation. It was pretty horrendous. Piper, I remember reading where he talks about having some memories of being dragged through the street by his hair by a priest, just because he refused to go to the school.
Right.
I mean, this is just.
They're
brutal
still
stuff.
trying to get. Recently, there was a petition to the current pope to apologize for everything that happened.
Mhm.
But
It's-
let's move on from this depressing subject
Yeah.
back to the wonderful upbeat subject of death.
That's true. But you know what? I'm sorry, Mr. Death. Taking him, that was a mistake.
I would have
He was a
to
good-
agree. I actually also met recently one of his cousins, who's one of the
Piper's cousins?
one of
Okay.
the brothers of the Hart family. Smitty. Smith Hart.
Smitty Hart?
Smith Hart. Yeah, he's quite a guy. Although
As in the wrestling family. Hart.
yes, yeah, he's one of
Okay.
Bret Hart's brothers, and although I'm not going to relate any of the stories he told because this is a family show, and
Ish.
let's just say it involved some nocturnal activities of midget wrestlers that you really don't want to know about.
Okay.
So
We'll save
moving
that for
on.
We'll save that for a different episode.
Yeah.
Who else?
Uh,
Ross, do you have anybody else?
Bud Yorkin, producer for All in the Family and
Mhm.
Sanford and Son.
wow.
Sanford and Son, loved it.
Yeah,
Elizabeth, honey, I'm coming to join you.
And then he did.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
We also lost a great scientist, Dr. Oliver Sacks.
Who's that?
Well, do you remember the movie Awakenings that starred Robin Williams and Robert De Niro? Was directed
Awesome
by Penny Marshall. Well,
Yeah.
the character that Robin Williams played was Oliver Sacks. The whole movie is
based
based
on-
on one of his books.
Oh,
One of
okay.
his books. He had several books. He was a neurologist and did a lot of work along that sort of thing.
And he was also one of the earliest proponents of the use of medical marijuana. He was very in favor of it. And,
Interesting.
to our American neighbors who are finally coming on board, hey, toke up, guys. We've had it for a long time.
Yeah. Well, we've had it, we've stopped it, we've had it, we've stopped it.
And
Now
now we've got...
We have it, but it's
partially
still
having it.
not totally
well,
there
it's,
yet.
it's legal for medicinal use only.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But if Trudeau keeps to his word, yeah, then we're probably going to have it completely legalized soon.
Yeah.
Speaking of, actually, no connection really, but the author Jackie Collins,
Mm-hmm.
sister of the famous and trashy Joan Collins, passed away this this past year.
And her books were just as trashy as her sister.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Is that subject matter?
Same subject matter. If you think of what was it, Dynasty that
Oh yeah,
Joan
yeah.
starred in? Well, her books were basically that.
Oh.
Yeah. Way before 50 Shades of Grey, this woman invented mommy porn. And then we lost, on a more geeky standpoint, if you're a big fan of Superman,
Like you are.
from the original Superman TV series in black and white that starred George Reeves as Clark Kent / Superman,
Right.
the guy that played Jimmy Olsen, Jack Larson, passed away.
Oh.
That's too bad. He'd made an appearance in the first Christopher Reeve Superman movie. He had a cameo in that.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Cool. It's nice that they did that because it's touching back to their roots, so it's good.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I wasn't a big fan of the show, but one of the more weirder characters on the series Twin Peaks was played by Catherine Coulson. She passed away. One of your favorite shows, Dave, The
What's that?
Sopranos.
oh yeah, I love that show.
So the actor Frank Albanese, I can't remember the name of the character, but he was this much older gentleman with a hawk nose.
Oh yeah. I think he played
yes.
he played like the uncle or something like that, right?
Okay, how did he die? I mean, on the series, not for real.
Oh, I don't actually remember how he dies in the show, but there was a lot of opportunities for him to, because he was technically, Ross, correct me if I'm wrong if I'm thinking, but he was boss, effectively. But because of tax issues and whatnot, he had to pass the mantle off to,
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
sorry?
To Tony?
To Tony, yeah.
I don't
And so
know.
Tony,
every time
took
I
it
hear
over.
about The Sopranos, it just comes to mind big pussy. That's it.
yeah, well, if you haven't seen the show, it's a good show, I think. But the reason why it was one of my favorite was 'cause I was actually going down in New Jersey a lot back when that show was out, and it just sort of struck a chord because I was going down there so
Well, did
often.
you have to deal with that element while you were down in Jersey, Dave?
Not directly, no, but
Probably best if you don't admit to it.
well, that's the thing, But we were in most of the area. We were in Parsippany in our case, Parsippany, New Jersey.
I see.
But yeah, it was interesting to see the characters and the sights and things like that while we were down there. But it was a good series, I thought. If you hadn't seen it, it's good.
Moving on, we also lost Marty Ingalls, who was a character actor. His big claim to fame was he played the manager Reuben on the series The Partridge Family. Remember that one, guys?
No, I don't remember that.
Ross?
Yeah, we actually, just coincidentally, we were at Canadian Tire just a couple of days ago and picked up the first 2 seasons of it on DVD for about $10 each season. type
What
thing.
was the Partridge Family about again?
That
It was the Shirley Jones, she famous actress. She'd been in Showboat and a few other things, and
Sean
David
Cassidy.
Cassidy,
Oh, David Cassidy, sorry.
David Cassidy, and Susan Day.
I wasn't a cast.
And
Yeah, it's about a
Danny,
family.
don't forget
that-
Danny Bonaducci, the
yeah,
asshole
Dan
of the group.
Bonaducci. Yeah, it was about a mother with 4 or 5 kids that to make ends meet, they form a band and travel around in their 70s
Patchwork bus.
decorated.
So basically, it was Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was fun.
actually, yeah.
yeah,
But
David Cassidy became a teen idol at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And his brother Sean Cassidy was in Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I'd forgotten about it. That was actually quite good.
We also lost a great actress from the golden age of Hollywood, Maureen O'Hara. who
Oh,
was,
yes.
She played the gypsy girl in
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda in the first color version of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Who played the
Oh,
Hunchback
okay.
in that one?
I'm trying to
Was
remember.
it the guy that played Captain Bligh, wasn't it? What was his name?
Yeah.
Having a senior moment here.
Yes, we both are.
Because you're seniors.
Charles Lawton.
Was Lawton, correct.
Yes.
She was also in Miracle on 34th Street.
That's right. She was the mother.
How Green Was My Valley.
That was a great film. Actually, the first big break of Roddy McDowell. How Green Was My Valley.
Hmm.
Moving on, We also now here's a giant of Hollywood. Harrison Ford's ex-wife Melissa Matheson, who also wrote E.T. the Extraterrestrial, and she's basically been a producer, was a producer on something like at least half of Steven Spielberg's films.
Really?
Back to the Future, Close
Right.
She
I'm going to probably bricks thrown at me. I'm one of the people that did not like E.T. I thought...
I didn't either.
I didn't like... no, we're all in agreement here. E.T.
I felt it had plot holes you could drop the planet through.
I just thought... I just wanted all the characters to die. I didn't like the movie, period.
You know what?
Dumb.
Just too
It was
nice.
just dumb.
I didn't see it up front, and then I hear about all this hype, and then I, of course, played the Atari game. And, and so I couldn't figure out what all the hype was, and so eventually I came around to renting it, and I rented it back when there were video stores, and I watched the movie, and I actually had trouble watching the whole thing. I had to take a moment because I just was bored.
Yeah. But moving on, Gunnar Hansen. Now,
Who's that?
Gunnar Hansen was
Good name.
Leatherface in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Ross, take it away. I mean, I've heard you go on at length about Texas Chainsaw many times.
Texas.
So just go.
Yeah.
We're not going to
Oh,
interrupt you. Death might,
one
but we're
of
not.
those classic horror films, actually based on a true story.
I didn't know that.
Well,
As
yeah.
the same, it was based on the same story as
Psycho. They're both based on the same serial killer.
Made around the time of Night of the Living Dead, and those were the kind
Some
of the
real
two.
classics.
Yeah, Night of the Living Dead and Texas Chainsaw were like the two low-budget classic horror flicks of their time.
Yeah.
Just
like
changed
shoestring budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also changed the way horror was done.
Mm-hmm.
And really, even though the title, chainsaw is in the title, he really doesn't use the chainsaw all that much, does he?
No, he doesn't.
No.
Interesting.
But moving on, we also lost another great character actor, Robert Loggia.
Oh yes, big fan of his. Actually, a big fan. He's best known for things like Independence Day and Scarface, but I actually remember him from An Officer and a Gentleman. He played Richard Gere's father at the beginning of the movie.
That's right. But his really big claim to fame over all of that is he's the owner of the toy store that does the dance on the giant piano keys with Tom Hanks in Big.
All right, yes.
That's right. I forgot about that. That was an awesome scene too.
Oh yeah. I think that is a scene that will go down in the movie history books.
Absolutely.
We also lost. Now this one hit me really hard because he was a star in one of my all-time favorite shows, Wayne Rogers, who played Captain Trapper John McIntyre in the first 2 or 3 seasons of MASH. He was just one of the funniest actors around. A perfect counterpart to Alan Alda's Hawkeye Pierce.
Definitely.
Honestly, he was way.
You could tell they had chemistry.
Oh yeah, I thought he
They had
was
chemistry
way
on
better
screen.
than Mike Farrell, who took over as.
They did have a lot of chemistry on screen, but behind the scenes, he was actually supposed to be the star of the show until they hired Alda, and he never really got over that.
Oh, okay.
He also played smaller roles in some very famous films. Cool Hand Luke. He was one of the other prisoners in the chain gang opposite Paul Newman in that. And he was... Do you remember The Longest Yard? I don't know. You probably saw the remake with Adam Sandler.
Burt Reynolds.
So it was
Well, he
Adam
was in both,
Sandler and
right?
Chris Rock. And in the original film, the part that Chris Rock plays in the remake, that was the part that Wayne Rogers played in the original film.
Oh, okay.
And so he's the one that gets burned to death by the Pontiac.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
And Burt Reynolds was the star, and
had a cameo in the other.
Reynolds, so
Yeah. I like the movie.
And then
The new one. I didn't see the old one.
is there anybody else?
Roscoe Pico Dre.
Oh yeah, the Dukes of Hazzard. Goodness me, that's. What was the actor's name though?
James Best.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost him too.
Yeah, really can't look back on that much now. I mean, there's the whole Southern thing with the Confederate and rebels and everything has become very politically incorrect lately.
Well, true, but I mean, it doesn't change the fact that it was like that.
Yeah, they even recently, all the toy companies basically pulled off all the General Lee toys off the shelves.
Yeah.
Which is silly in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, speaking of the General Lee, did you hear about the actual car? One of the actual General Lees that were used in the TV series. This guy bought it at auction for like an insane amount of money.
Really?
And the very next day, he got royally hammered, took the car out, totaled it.
Well, they totaled most of them. They started using different cars towards the end because they'd run out of the model that
The
they
original
originally.
model.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every single
throughout the run of the show.
yeah, every single time they did that jump over the water and all the rest of it,
Yeah.
you know, they land and it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Sheriff Roscoe was...
He was a good character.
Yeah, I mean, in a series that was just so ridiculously silly and over the top and unrealistic, he took a character that was one of the silliest and made it his own in a way that anybody who saw it can't forget.
That's true.
And he was never actually, I mean, although he was one of the bad guys, he was never actually mean.
No, well,
Sorry?
Well, exactly. He was. You're right. He was just reinforcing what the boss man was telling him he had to do. But
Yeah, Boss Hog.
Yeah.
But you know, he still had a soft spot for Uncle Jesse and so forth to a certain degree.
And that laugh of...
Oh yeah, that's true. It's true. It was a classic.
Oh my.
So we lost a lot of people last
Yeah.
year, big names.
Yeah, so somebody here has a lot to answer for.
Yes, indeed, and I know it's your job and all, but some of these guys, Roddy and so forth, did you really have to so soon?
Need to think twice about some of these. Yes, you've taken too many good people. We offer you the Kardashians in their place.
Very true.
Oh my. Yeah, hey, some Canadian content. Take Bieber. Go on. Take him.
Oh, that's mean, but yeah.
Anyway.
Well, thank you anyway for coming.
Do we have any Geek Talk back, Dave?
We do.
What do we have?
Well, I heard, someone was listening to one of the past episodes where we were talking about Hitchhiker's Guide. And
Yes.
it was the last episode. And, I had mentioned that I had liked it and you guys said your bits. And obviously you guys didn't like the movie so much.
No, it's not
and
that we
then-
didn't like it so much. We hated it.
Yeah.
It was crap.
whatever. So it's from the way that we sort of wrapped that part up. You guys said that it sucked, and I said, yeah, but I was just moving it along. I still think it was a good movie. I'm still holding to my guns. I liked the movie. I did like the movie. I thought it was a good introduction for people who didn't know the radio version or the TV version or the other movies. Coming straight off the boat and watching the movie, I thought it was a good introduction to the overall story. And I liked the effects, but I still didn't like the Pez dispensing head. So even though I was just sort of moving it along, that's my point. Is I wasn't really agreeing with you guys. I was just sort of moving it forward, but I still like the movie. So there, deal with it.
Let's go with
So
Moses
that
on
wasn't
this
so much.
one
That
as well.
wasn't so much a Geek Talk back as a Dave Talk back. Well,
So how about
you're-
yourself?
You're entitled to your opinion.
Yes.
Well,
I'll have to
especially
go
with-
along with Moses on this one too. That it had a couple of moments, but overall, give me the TV show. Or the radio show.
or the books. Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that it was better than those. I'm simply saying the movie itself was fine.
No.
Yeah.
We'll
Anyway,
agree to disagree.
so,
Anyway, did you have any?
there was one, but I seem to have lost of the notes that I had for it. My apologies. Hopefully, I'll have it for the next episode.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
So sorry for the big gap, but between all the holidays and some personal stuff, we just couldn't get some episodes together. But we're going to try to keep things regular on a 2-week basis from here on out.
Yep.
Anyway,
We have we got a really good one coming up. We're going to start telling people ahead of time what some of our upcoming episodes are, or
We are?
our next episode. Yes, we are.
oh, okay.
Simply because, this way, we've gotten some feedback, but, in order to have our listening audience help contribute to the upcoming episode, it helps if they actually know what that episode is.
So what is our next
So,
episode? Tell
our
us!
next-
Inquiring minds want to know!
But to know, our next episode is, drumroll please, comic books. Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
Yes, comic books.
Yes.
It's about time.
I've been digitalizing a lot of mine lately.
Digitalizing. That's
Turning them into digital files.
lots. So yeah, basically, we've touched a lot on different comic books and the inspired movies and so forth, but we haven't actually done a comic book episode talking about comics that we like, comics that sort of got us interested in them. Talk about some upcoming comics and maybe touch on a few movies. But our guests starting to get lined up. And so if anybody out there has any comic books or any interesting trivia that they want to share with us before the episode, we can bring those things up. So please don't forget to write us. Let us know, not just about comic books. If you have any other episode ideas, we can get you on as well.
Cool.
Good.
I'm looking forward to it. One of my
No,
favorite
it'll be
subjects,
good.
comic books.
I'm surprised it took us this long to get onto it, but it's just one of those things.
Well, there's lots of things that we can talk about that are, all part of geek culture. So,
Yeah, and again, as this is the first episode of comics, it'll be an opportunity for people that may not know what about them or know how certain things got started or whatnot. Tune in and you might learn a little something.
Okay.
A little something.
Okay, so that's it for another episode of Geek Talk MD. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Ross.
Oh, thank you for having me back.
It's always good. Thank you, Mr. Death, for coming and not taking any of us with you for our comments. Thank you.
Shut up. None of you have got any balls.
And pack up your lucky dice, put away the Chinese food menus, and we'll see you again next time on Geek Talk MD. Good night,
MD.
everybody.
Good night.
Night.